musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How was your weekend? How's your week going? My weekend was good. My week is good, so I don't really have no complaints. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate y'all. Definitely have a really good show lined up for you. I'm really excited. There's a little technical issue, but hey, we done figured it out. Okay, so look, just get prepared. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put, if you want to get in the studio with us, there's the link there that we got room for you. So if you want to come and join us in the studio, please hit that link, follow the prompts. We would love to have you. All right, y'all. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me. Y'all know I appreciate you, and you know I'm gonna do my spiel, right? So whether you're watching me live on Facebook, you're watching us on YouTube, or you're watching the replay, I see you, I love you, and I appreciate you. And thank you so much for joining me. Now, y'all know I got to do my spiel before we get into this episode, okay? So please make sure that you're liking, subscribing across all platforms. On YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period or you're going to be somewhere else, right? Come and join the group. It's RelationshipSoupGroup. All right. So, come and join the group. We talking about a whole bunch of stuff in there. So if you ain't in that room, get in that conversation. Okay. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's RelationshipSoupLLC. And you know that I have the greeting cards. So, hey, hit them greeting cards up because we have them for various holidays and occasions. All right. All right, boom. So today, I do have a special guest, y'all, that's going to be talking about, now we've talked about this before, okay? We've talked about AI before, but this guest today is an AI specialist that is going to be talking about using AI for business, growing your money, and different things like that. Now, let me go on and put this disclaimer out here because I don't want no problems, okay? So just please make sure that, look, what we talk about on the show is just that, okay? So it does not take the place of a financial advisor. It does not take the place of professional help, medical help, none of that, all right? So look, listen, grain of salt, do what you will with this, but listen, hey, if you need some professional help or professional advice, please make sure that you pursue that, okay? All right. So anyway, the truth is we've had conversations about AI before. We've talked about, how people are using AI in relationships, the future of AI. We've talked about AI in various regards. So today I have a special guest who is a specialist, an AI specialist. His name is Stephen Harris. And so he's going to come on and we're just going to talk about how to use AI to grow your business, among some other things. All right. So, kick back, get your drink, and come with your questions like you do every single episode. All right. Cool. All right. So, like I said, we were kind of having some technical issues. So, we're going to have to do things just a little bit differently. Okay. So, I actually have Stephen on the phone now. And we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to go that way. Cool. So, as always, I'm going to bring your comments on. So put them comments in the chat. All right. All right, then. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring Stephen on. So there's Stephen right there. All right, Stephen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. So thank you for taking this time to educate my my audience. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. All right.
Okay, sure.
All right. So everybody should be able to hear you. So if y'all can't hear my guest, please let me know. We just have to do it this way for now because I don't know. It's something with StreamYard. All right. So Stephen.
Well, I just want to make one thing clear. I'm a consultant and a specialist.
Oh, see?
Certified AI consultant and specialist.
Okay. So thank you for clarifying that.
I don't know. I get 2 more brownie points, I guess.
Absolutely. You got to put them brownie points in there. Hey, all your kudos. You hear me? All your kudos.
Yes, all the time.
Absolutely. Oh, we do have some comments. Okay, I'm going to bring y'all comments on shortly. We're going to go ahead and get into this interview. You good with that, Stephen?
I'm cool. I'm ready.
All right, so let's get it. All right, so my first question that I have for you, again, we've had this conversation about AI in the past. So what's one of the biggest misconceptions people have about AI?
Oh, gosh. I was talking to someone recently, and they said, well, AI is going to eat all the human beings up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about it. I said, well, wait a second, what's going on? And then I remembered the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Matrix, I think, has scared people. But that's what the young lady said. And I didn't say anything. I didn't give any rebuttal. I didn't challenge or anything. But I could appreciate what people were saying.
Mm-hmm.
The AI is going to come and eat us all up. Okay. I said, oh boy, okay. What's next? And other than that, the other misconception that people have, and well, you got to take this with a grain of salt and maybe go back in time a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
AI is going to put us, in all of our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to end all of our jobs. And what I'm going to do, if you don't mind, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take some creative, do something a little creative here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take us back about 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go back about 30 years ago when you or your parents or your grandparents upgraded their computers. So we're talking around 1995 when the computers were first coming out.
Mm-hmm.
People were upgrading the computer. The mobile phone was in existence, the big brick and so on. And people were using that. And then also the internet came on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And people signed up for that with the old dial-up, the AOL dial-up. And I'll just ask you this one question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the question that you may have asked, how will I benefit from using my computer, mobile phone, and internet?
Mm-hmm.
And back then, we got a line of blank stares.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now we jump forward to today, okay, where we've been using computers, mobile phones, and the internet for over 30 years, and we ask this one question: how am I benefiting from using my computer, mobile phone, and internet? And everybody's going to go wild because they have so many ways that the internet, the mobile phone, and the computer have affected not just your life, but humanity's life in general. Nothing happened to the world. It continued. It continued. So now we go forward to today. How will I benefit from working with AI? There are a lot of things that would, well, again, going back to what you just said, what are people's biggest fears? And, well, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to be displaced. That's not the goal of it, and I don't see that happening. If nothing else, it's going to increase your productivity by making more money, save more time, less stress, and so on and so on. And those in business, people making big bucks. People making bucks. But that's all I can say. Did I more or less answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Okay.
So you don't really feel like it's going to replace like everybody's job, that was never really the goal of it for some.
Well, again, when you go back to the computer, mobile phone, and the internet, a whole lot of people's jobs got displaced. Okay, DocuSign, just something as simple as DocuSign. How many notaries were put out of business because we had DocuSign? On down the list. It's just progress.
Oh, that makes sense.
The evolutionary change that things come along, and I could go back in time even further. The microwave oven, dang, no kidding, we can do what?
You can cook food in like 2 minutes, which is awesome.
I don't have that much food. How many people got put out of business? Who knows? I don't know. But it's part of life, part of the human evolutionary process.
Okay, that's fair.
It looks like more people are going to. The numbers they're throwing around here are huge. Huge. The AI is going to generate, depending on who you talk to and what day of the week, $12 trillion, $50 trillion, $100 trillion in overall revenue. I can't even conceive of, I'm still trying to deal with $1 million. Show me $1 billion. That's a lot of money to me. How about to you?
Listen,
a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And we're talking trillion. Well, what the heck is that? There's enough for a lot of us. A lot of us. On the negative side, there are always projections for businesses if you don't embrace the internet. And to what degree it depends, but if you don't embrace the internet, you're going to be out of business. Because guess who's going to eat your competition? Excuse me, fellas, who's going to eat your customers?
Absolutely.
Your competition.
That makes sense.
Eat your customers.
Okay. So let me ask you this then, because there's been, like AI, has been looked at as a wonderful tool. Then there's the ethics piece, if you will. Like some people are like, yo, AI is not ethical. Like, by day I'm a professor, right? So, we tell our students like, hey, you can use AI as a supplement, not to write your paper. So let me ask you this. How can entrepreneurs use AI ethically?
That's a profound question. And it's a question that comes up. Full disclosure. Full disclosure is one way to use it ethically. Believe it or not, and I'm sure a lot of you already know this, you could clone yourself. There are AI apps that will clone yourself, and it's so perfect that literally no one knows. No one knows who you are. So ethically, just disclose what's going on. And as far as plagiarism goes, we've been dealing with plagiarism ever since, as far as I'm concerned, we've been going to school, or we've been taught, or we've been writing newspaper articles and so forth. Plagiarism isn't new; it's everywhere. And as far as AI goes, helping you compose your messages. Let's use the general term, your message. Using AI to compose your message, sure, you could do that. But it really takes on your persona. It really is Lisa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or the music man. So you'll have to add something to this to tweak it a little bit. And I can live with that. For the record, I've talked to a couple of attorneys here or there who constantly tell me they have writer's block, or use Chat GPT to get some ideas on the paper, and you're like, fill in the dots and fill in the blanks. So I hope I've kind of answered that ethical question.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Good. So let me ask you this, like, as far as AI is concerned, right? Like, what industries, I know what you said earlier, what the intent of AI is, right? So what industries do you think AI would disrupt most? And I think we kind of have an idea of which ones will benefit most.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see AI disrupting any industries. I see it making every sector out there more productive. I can't see it. Even a farmer. I can even see farmers and they are using AI to predict their crops and so forth, manage their inventory. I don't know that much about farming, but so on and so on, doing that. So that's a good question. Well, there's always going to be some disruptor out there. Look at what Airbnb did to the hotel industry. How many hotels sold it up?
That's true. That's very true.
There's still driving. Uber and Lyft definitely have been major disruptors, and well, other than the taxi cab drivers, everybody else is still driving.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we could go on and on with different disruptors that'll come along. But AI is in the same category. It's going to disrupt something. Which industries would it disrupt the most? I don't think there's enough. No, I know there isn't enough data yet to really figure this out.
That makes sense.
So that, as far as we could tell, and not just me, every business and every sector of every industry sector can use AI. AI is just a tool with a number of tools. There's a catch-all for everything. So in the AI basket, you have a number of tools that do different various things.
That makes sense.
Either custom-made tools or off-the-shelf tools.
Okay.
So that's the best answer I could give you as far as this disruption fear.
Okay, all right.
It's going to happen no matter what.
That makes sense.
Because, one last one is, look at what Amazon did to the bookstores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at what Netflix did to Blockbuster and all the Blockbuster wannabes. I'm not supposed to say anything bad, but kick their booties.
Absolutely. Well, let me do this, Steve, because we do have a few comments. All right. So,
Go ahead.
So we are having some technical difficulties just for my my listeners that have just chimed in. So we are having some technical difficulties. So what I am doing, I actually have my guest on the phone. So that's just kind of how we're going to do that for now. All right. So I see that we do have some comments. So Steve, just hold the line and I will get back to you. All right, so let's see here. So we have Jay Desiree. Thanks so much for joining me, Jay Desiree, you know I appreciate you. Hey, cuz. Hi, Lee Bennett. Thanks so much for joining me, beautiful. You know I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know, I tried to do a little something on a Tuesday night. All right, so good evening, cuz. Hey, cousin Melvin, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I see you, M. Woodson. Rock with me tonight for old time's sakes. Not the Freddie Jackson. Not Freddie Jackson. See, now you're going to make me want to listen to that. I'm going to have to listen to that tonight on my way to go get something to eat because I ain't cooked nothing tonight. I cooked last night. So anyway. So Mark, thank you so much, Mark. You know, I appreciate that. You know, I try to do a little something for y'all on a Tuesday. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, Tonality. You know, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for letting me know. You know, I had to put that note out there to make sure that y'all can hear clearly. Because again, like I said, we're kind of going through some technical issues. So we just doing it. Hey, we doing it the throwback way. You know what I'm saying? You know, on radio, you know how they used to have, you know, they would call the guest on the line. Yes, absolutely. That was definitely, look, my guest knows what he's talking about. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let me see here. I see some of your other comments. Let's see here. So Mark Lee says it's disrupting the restaurant business. You know what? AI is definitely making an impact on the restaurant business. I was actually having a conversation with my students not too long ago about how, you know, some places are experimenting with AI in some of the fast food restaurants where only they might have just maybe one person, like a manager or something on duty versus like a whole crew. So, you know, for some places that is definitely disrupting the restaurant industry. The music industry is also using AI for music production and artificial artists. They just signed an AI artist named Zania Monet. Really? Send me that, Reese. I would like to know more about that. And you know, I can truly see that. Like just even, you know, across the board, whether it's professionally and even personally, AI is doing some things. It really is. This is kind of off topic, but I thought it was so interesting. It was this reel, and they were talking about how AI is catfishing people, right? It ain't just the filters no more. Like people are actually creating these AI, I guess you would say, avatars and catfishing people, and they're actually doing like calls with people. Now, I don't know how all that works. I guess I could kind of see how that works. But anyway, so AI is definitely making some significant appearances and actually changing things. So let's see here. What else? So Uber disrupted taxi to some. Yeah, Uber did. Absolutely. Like, I don't even see the yellow cabs anymore. Do y'all see yellow cabs? I don't know if that's like East Coast.
Really.
Yes, very rarely do you see cabs now, right? So, you know, I don't know how it is in the NYC, which I got to get up there. But, you know, I know that where I'm located, I see mostly Uber, you know. So anyway. And DoorDash. You know what? Listen, I'm definitely gonna order something. I'm gonna go get it though. I'm gonna go get it because see, I be liking to watch people what they doing with my food. You feel me? If I can watch you, I'm gonna check you out. You feel me? So Timbaland was getting dragged on the internet for trying to sign an AI artist. Producers and singers were going in on Tim. You know what? I can believe it. Like, you know, and it's just such a fine line. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a fine line what AI is really doing. Thank you so much for joining me, Dimitri. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. So Derek says, I see more automation in factories and self-checkout lanes at stores. That's very true. As well as customer service, phone, chat, etc. I don't think AI will disrupt industry so much, but jobs in certain fields. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. I know that there was a young man that went viral talking about a major company and how they're being replaced with AI. I recently seen another reel. It was a customer service, a company that many of us have probably crossed paths with at one time or another, who was actually replacing their workers with AI. Like you only saw like a couple of people like in their call center. So, you know, that makes sense. Good evening, Derek.
Well, can I throw this in the mix?
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, look at these self-checkout machines in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
How many people lost a job? I don't know. ATM machines that came out who knows when.
Mm-hmm.
How many bank tellers and whatever got displaced. This is just part of being human.
Yeah, absolutely.
We as human beings we're curious, and we constantly want to. I don't like using the word create because, well, I won't say that,
Mm-hmm.
but we constantly are looking for something new. Doesn't matter what, we want something new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true.
Put someone else out of a job. Well, so be it. These self-driving trucks. No, I don't want to. How many people want to be driving behind a autonomous truck? Truck driving by itself. Please.
Absolutely.
Please. Do you want that? Do you want that?
Listen. Now, if you asking me, because when I went to, and we have a few more comments too, Stephen. So for those that are just joining us, we're kind of having some technical issues. So we doing it the throwback way. Okay. So I got my guest on the phone, but I believe when I went to Phoenix, because I have some family out there, and I saw where there was like auto Ubers. I don't know how to explain it. I forget the name of the company, but there was no driver driving. It was truly just like auto. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, it's gonna have to be really like Waymo. That's what it is, Waymo, right?
Yeah, Waymo.
Yeah, listen, no. But you know what though? I can see the benefit of it, like not knocking it, because I mean, especially with some of the press that some of these companies like Uber and Lyft have been getting about, there's some suing going on, right? So I can see how that could be safe. But me personally, I would rather have a driver. Like, the idea of self-driving, other than cruise control, I don't want my car doing all that. I don't want to be in a car that's doing all that. So let me go ahead and bring on a few more comments, Stephen, before we continue with our interview. Are you cool?
I'm cool.
All right. So let's see. All right. So let's see here. We're going to find out if it's worth it because it's here. Like, absolutely. And it ain't going nowhere. AI is not going anywhere anytime soon until all this just blows up.
That genie jumped out of the box, and like I mentioned, the internet, the computers, the mobile phone, and so on. They jumped out of the box and
absolutely
going backwards.
Absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of people. How many people hate their computers, even to this day? How many times have people gotten mad with their cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
The internet. Oh, how many people complain about the internet reception? Oh, God. But do you see anybody totally disconnecting their internet? Rarely, right?
Absolutely, rarely. So, yeah, I definitely see that point. Like, I think a lot of times when this new technology comes out, there could be, right, good intentions behind it. But some of the, drawbacks that come with it, like, we don't really know until it gets here. Like, it could be like, oh, we just want to use this technology for this or this technology for that. But then, it comes some drawbacks. But let's see here. So Sam Jackson, thank you for joining us, Mr. Jackson. I appreciate you. AI is not the major problem. It's going to be BlackRock investment if they buy ASC. Okay. All right. So Tonality says, I'm cool on the self-driving car. Listen, I'm Gucci. Give me a driver, please. Give me a driver. So AI is definitely using in Cash App, Venmo, and some of the payment services. Absolutely. I mean, AI is absolutely everywhere. It is everywhere. Like, you can't even search Google without AI. Like, because like for me, I don't know if it's a setting or whatever, but even when I search something in, Google, the AI results are like right there, like the first one. How are we feeling today? Hi, Halo. How are you? I'm feeling great. Listen, I've been juicing lately, and I started these new liquid vitamins. That's a chef's kiss. You feel me? So yeah, I'm feeling wonderful. So let's see. I see we have a few more comments, and then we're going to get back to the interview. Let's see here. I'm definitely aware that AI is taking over. Humans are basically taking a back seat. Yeah, literally. Right. Facts.
No.
You don't agree with that, Stephen? Tell us about that.
Okay, well, I use numerous assholes are where a machine or whatever, the computer, has put somebody out of work. It's the way of the world.
Facts.
It's the way of the human world. It might not be God's world, but it's the way of the world. Somebody's going to be put out of work. And on the flip side of it, it's going to put more people in the workforce, because now that companies are more productive and so forth and so on, they need more employees to handle the increased sales volume, the increased number of orders, the increased regulations, and so on and so on. No, it's somebody's going to lose a job somewhere. But overall, you're going to be more productive, unless you don't embrace AI. You tell your employer, I don't care who you work for. You tell your employer, Citibank, no, I don't want to have anything to do with AI. Well, goodbye, you got to go.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. We have a couple.
The same applies to businesses too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like just in the world, and even if I'm just looking at how the world is working, you definitely have to be open to change, because it's constantly changing and you have to be able to keep up. I was actually just having this conversation about the importance of being able to keep up with change. I'm gonna get one more comment in here, then I do have a couple more questions. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. VO3 is wild. They are creating videos with Michael Jackson and Tupac that look very real. Absolutely. Very crazy. Like, it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing, but it's like, I don't know. Like, when I'm thinking about some of the stuff that I've seen online about AI, I think it's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful tool. But, then some people who may not have the best intentions with it, it's a fool. I ain't even gonna try to find no $50 word for that. It's a fool, because some people are actually using AI to scam people, and you have to be very, very, very careful. What if your AI gets tired of you? Listen, I'll be real nice to my AI. Like, I heard there's rules, like you're supposed to say please and thank you and all of that when you're using AI. I don't know. Somebody told me that. So anyway, Stephen, let me ask you this. So, and thanks so much for your patience. So we kind of touched on businesses using AI, right? So,
Yes.
What are the risks, would you say, if certain businesses ignore AI? What are the risks involved with that?
Well, like I just said, that wasn't a cliche statement. Your competition is going to eat your customers. They're going to eat your lives. Okay, they're doing things that while you're sitting there, it's the way of the world. And again, before these, and nothing has really changed. Before AI, before computers, your competition was always looking for a way to eat your lunch, or I prefer saying, eat your customers. What has changed? Even before the computer, we keep going back. And just for the record, I heard you mention people scamming you. Hey, I'm a criminal. I was born a criminal. I don't care what day of the week it is. I'm going to be a criminal, and I've got to continue my whatever, being a criminal. It doesn't matter what it is. AI, Bernie Madoff, I don't think he used AI. What's the chance he used AI to scam, $50 billion? Dang, I'm still blown away with that.
Listen,
so that's the way when I'm talking to my clients. Well, let's look at the bigger picture. Okay, sure, we have all these negatives, but they aren't new.
Yeah, that's very true.
The criminals scamming us. What's new? Nothing is new. Okay. The Matrix. When the Matrix came out, I don't know if you remember I bet most of us remember the Matrix. When the Matrix came out, it set the world on fire. How many of us ask, how'd they do that? We just sat there stupefied. How'd they do that? And to this day, how did they do that?
Facts.
So that's my comment. And usually I don't get into that. Most people, and I'm going to let you interview me rather than me interview you. Okay?
It's fine.
I'm not going to do that. I said that was one thing I wouldn't do.
Well, let me ask you this.
Anything.
So, okay, because listen, like I've gotten into this whole investment thing. Like, I've been expanding my portfolio. I'm trying to ball out, right? Yeah. So my question to you, what are some ways that people can use AI to increase their, their profitability, their money, their revenue? How can AI make it rain? Like, how can you make AI make it rain for you?
Well, that's one thing I don't get in. I heard you mention financial investments and so on. That's one thing that I don't get into on a personal level. As far as stock markets, bonds, mutuals, derivatives, EFTs. No. A gentleman did ask me what can I do to keep track of EFTs. And I told him what things that he could do, and I got paid for it, of course.
Well, of course you got paid. Do you want to share that with us? Can you share that with us? Can that be a free nugget?
Well, he just wanted. I can't tell you everything.
Okay.
What he wants to do, and this is being put in place for him. He wants to be able to track EFTs.
Track EFTs. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if everybody's heard that term.
Well, define that just in case there's somebody. What is an EFT in case somebody, one of my listeners don't know?
I didn't really want to get it.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Let me just figure what we could do. Okay. Investing is one thing. Growing your business is another thing. And your business is your investment.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Your business is your business. Your podcast is your business. And how many times do you buy new equipment or do some advertising to increase your audience and so forth? It's an investment. But on the other side, as far as there are a lot of, and I'm not even going to throw this out there too far, there are a lot of AI stocks that are what they call straight pure plays, and maybe not. What if you didn't invest in a company that makes apps? But what if you invested in a company that makes the computer cases that hold the computers? Oh, how about that?
I see what you're saying.
Or energy companies. These AI requires more energy than regular computers just because of the amount of data going through there. Well, since they need more energy, what if I were to invest in companies in the energy sector?
I see where you're going with it. I see exactly.
I mentioned something as basic as the computer cases that house these. What if these companies, AI requires, believe it or not, a lot of air conditioning to keep the systems cool? What if you were to invest in, you didn't plan on doing this, what if you were to invest in companies that make air conditioning and cooling systems? Or companies that service these air conditioning and cooling systems? So how about if we move away from pure investing and financial advice? I've given you a lot of stuff.
You did.
I gave you a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. And you know, we can stop there because I know that, again, you are a consultant. This is what you do. So, you know, listen, you know, we're going to leave it open for listeners if they want to, you know, consult with you. Okay. We ain't going to have you give all the jewels. Okay. So,
no, I don't. Again, let's leave the financial advising on the
okay.
other side of the table. Okay,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Deal.
Okay,
Deal.
cool. Okay. Well, look, y'all heard it
Deal.
here. So if you don't know what an EFT, Google it. Okay. Y'all can go on and Google it, right?
EFT.
You don't have to define it, guest.
Okay. Yeah.
We gonna look. I be putting my listeners to work. Okay, so they can Google it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we gonna do. Okay. All right. So
and you heard what I just gave you.
you did. You did.
Just for the record, you know, AI, the equipment and so forth is going to require a lot of different minerals.
Yeah. True.
Metals and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Look into mining companies.
That makes sense.
Potentially, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So pick and shovel method for AI industry investing. Makes sense.
Yeah, well, one thing that you could use AI for, let's say ChatGPT, is to look up industries that might profit. And I'm just throwing a big one out here, just throwing it on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask it to give me a list of companies that will benefit the most from artificial intelligence, and do your homework. Just
absolutely.
take it from there. Do your homework. If you've got a stockbroker or whatever that you trust, and I won't go there with these cats. Okay, I'm gonna leave them alone. Okay, but hey, look, yeah, so and so's in this particular sector. They have say 77% of the market share. Da 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 da. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
One way to use AI to help you with your portfolio. Then you could set up management tools to manage your portfolio. I don't know. You could probably. Yeah, you could. And we're talking about on the personal side, not the business side.
Yes, on the personal side. Yes.
And I don't talk too much about it, so it's the last thing I would throw out at you. You could have AI work on your what they call key performance indicators. You know, tell me how these stocks are performing, how these industries are performing, and so forth and so on. It's a standard term in business, key performance indicators, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Exactly what it sounds like. Key performance indicators. Key performance indicators.
That's more homework, y'all.
Okay.
All right. So
well, I'm gonna do. Let's move on.
We're gonna move on now. We're gonna move on. So watch list and new supplier list created by AI. That makes sense as well. So we do have a few more comments. Okay. So Lee Bennett says, thank you for the sprinkle, Stephen. Algorithm, music shuffling, quantization are all forms of AI. All right. That makes sense. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to another question. And thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So let me ask you this. As far as like people that are seeking jobs, right? When it comes to AI and stuff like that, what should job seekers be learning right now to stay relevant, would you say?
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever had anybody ask me that.
Well, you know, that's what we do here at Relationship Soup.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Okay. Well, you don't necessarily need you don't need I hate to knock colleges. I really don't like that. I'm not knocking college is good. It's good. I remember when I I was learning how to build some chat box, conversational chat box. And I asked the young man who was teaching the course, well, when did you learn how to teach this? When did you learn this subject matter? And I forgot now when. He said, well, how long did it take you to learn this stuff? He said 6 weeks. I said, dang, get out of here, 6 weeks? That was it, 6 weeks. I was shocked. And he's teaching, not just me, but across the board, how to build conversational chat boxes, chat bots, rather. And are you familiar with conversational chat box?
Yes.
Chat bots?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't have to explain that really because it's a tongue twister. So you asked me, what can people do who are looking for a job?
Yes.
Learn some of these basic skills.
Yes.
Then you don't have to go back to college, maybe a vocational school, take a train. And I necessarily, to add fuel to the fire, more or less, this young man is from the Philippines that I just mentioned. So he's in the Philippines. He learned how to do this, and he's very proficient in 6 freaking weeks. To make this kind of money, and it's big money that you can make. You know, just by accident, I was chatting with I don't want to go too much, a young graduate who just came out of school, computer science. Well, what's your starting salary? No, I didn't ask him that. It came up in accidental conversation. My starting salary is $135K a year. I said, dang, maybe I need to go back to college and learn how to do that stuff. But I was joking with him, of course. So I don't really know how to give you a firm answer to this other than the example I used with the young man from the Philippines.
That makes sense.
Learned how to use, go on YouTube and so on. You learn how to use some of these basic tools and apply for these jobs.
That makes sense. So thank you for that. I'm going to ask you one last question because our time is getting a little short. So where do you see, like in the next decade, right? Where do you see AI taking humanity in the next decade? Do you feel optimistic about where AI is taking us?
Yes, I feel optimistic where, and it's not, I may sound like a contrarian a lot when you ask me questions. It's not so much where's AI going to take us, but where are we going to take ourselves with AI? Again, we're the drivers. I don't care who you talk to or who I talk to. We're the drivers. What do we want? If we want AI to do whatever, paint houses or whatever, we're going to program. It's not teaching, it's programming. We're going to program some tool to paint houses, right? Just think about that. So no, it's not where AI is going to take us. For me, is where we're going to take ourselves.
Okay.
We're in charge of our I swear by this. We're in charge of our own destiny, and we're in control of our own destiny.
That makes sense, and I love that.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. Well, so this is what I'm going to do.
10 years from now, who knows? And if you and I have this conversation, I'm just going to throw this in. You can ask me another question. Again, I keep going back in the past. If we went back as far as the 1500s, when the printing press was invented, people, or even the telephone in the late 1800s. Again, the same question. Where do you see mankind 10, 15, 20 years from now? No one knew. The telephone was invented. No, Alexander Bell, he didn't know what was going to happen. He just invented it. And lo and behold, how as the telephone and the mobile phone impacted the world.
That's very true. It's very, very, very true.
Incredible.
All right. Well, Stephen, that's all the questions.
I'm asking your questions.
Oh, absolutely, you are. You are doing fantastic, and I really appreciate it.
Great. You're welcome.
So let me do this. I have a few more comments, and then we have our true false game. So I'm going to keep you on, though. Okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. Boom. So basically, look, you heard it here. So I do see a few more of your comments. I do want to get to a couple true false, and then we are going to get out of here. All right. So I don't know. It's a little scary because we don't want AI to start creating itself. That's something, that makes sense. Like, absolutely. That makes sense. Some people are thinking about AI as a tool for digital immorality. That's very true. That is very true. And we are seeing where people are doing that. Now, this is what I want to do because I do want to go ahead and get to a couple of the true false before the end of this show. So let's see here. All right. So let's look at this true false right here. Tell me what y'all think. Does anybody else from the studio want to come on? Reese, did you want to come on? Not yes or no? Okay. All right. All right, boom. Welcome to the stage.
Hey.
Wow. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well. I cannot complain at all. Not at all. It ain't gonna do no good no way, right?
I know that's right. Absolutely. You have to find that silver lining. You know what I say, ebbs and flows. So
all right.
God is good. Thanks for having me tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me. I know there's a slight delay, so I'm not talking over you. You know the technical issues we was having. Look, thank you for logging in because it was a whole disaster. Okay, so we're gonna do true false. So let me go ahead and bring on one of these questions, and you can play along as well. So the first question is true or false. I know there's a little delay. So true or false? AI will replace most creative jobs. What y'all thinking? True or false?
I'll say false.
You say false?
If you're a true creative.
All right. So what y'all thinking? Will AI replace most creative jobs? What y'all thinking? Mark Lee says false. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So hi, Holly. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you. So Holly says false as well. All right. So we got a couple answers on the board. Let's see here. So the answer is false. AI will enhance creativity, not erase it. It's a tool, not a threat. Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. So let's see here. What's another question that we can put on here? All right. So look at this one because this has definitely been a conversation as well. All right, so let's look at this one. There's a little delay. So, all right, true or false? Okay, so true or false? AI will make communication less human. What y'all think? True or false? AI will make communication less human. What y'all think?
I'll say false, only if you let it.
Okay, false. Okay. What y'all thinking? What y'all think? Okay, so people are saying false. Then there's a true. Okay. All right. Jacoby says true. Look, Jacoby, we got to get together. I seen y'all post the other day. I really do want to get back, start the conversation again about, growing our own food and stuff like that. Like I really want to get that conversation going again too. All right. So Holly says false. And Derek says true and true. So let's see what the answer is. Uh-oh. Let me see here. There's a little delay, y'all. So forgive me. All right. So the answer is false. If we stay intentional, AI can free us to have more meaningful human time. Okay.
Intentionality is everything.
Absolutely. Hi, Simba. Simba says hope not. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Simba. I really appreciate you. So Jacoby says it already has before AI automatic. Oh man, that's the worst. Representative.
That's one.
Live agent. Live agent. Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yes.
listen.
We were wearing that zero button out like, no, I need a live agent.
Look, I be holding like and I see it was this funny it was some conversation saying how you request a representative, like that's really your true character. It depends.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, nah, it depends. Okay, because sometimes it don't be hearing. I'm saying
It don't.
It don't be processing, and I'll be having things to do.
I will say, speaking of, even though on their phones, their AI is not that great, but Apple AI for their hold is actually pretty intelligent. So if they move that to the phone, the AI would be pretty dope on iPhone, but the hold for Apple, 1-800 my Apple's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that's all the true false questions I'm gonna do tonight. Reese, I'm gonna take you out of here so I can wrap up so you can stick around.
Okay. Can you I need to plug real quick. We're almost 2 weeks away from the Pure Fun Fall Social. So
that's right.
Hosted.
Yes, please remind my audience again about that.
Yes. So myself will be the DJ and the host along with 3T Productions, October the 18th, starting at 6 p.m. I will be the DJ and the host. So this is a fun, pure Christian event, but we're going to turn it up though, because it is Music Man DJ in this thing. So we're going to have fun. Live DJ, games, lighting, the whole thing. It's going to be a full turn up for the single Christian community. So we're just going to have fun. It's going to be classy, just a good time. So come out, see yours truly. I'm gonna turn it up for y'all, and we're gonna have a good time here. And for the people in Indianapolis, it's here in Castleton. So come check us out. We're gonna have a good time.
Okay. All right. And give me that flyer again too, because I know there was some updates. Do that, and I will post that, or you could even post it in a group. You want an admin, so you can post it.
I'll post it.
And then send it to me as well, and I'll put it in this thread.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. All right, boom. All set. You won't be here. It's okay, Holly. Hopefully there will be other ones. Hopefully this will go very well, and there will be other events like this. So let's see here. All right. So Sam Jackson said, invest in AI. It's a startup company. All right. Jacoby says 100. Last conversation, AI invention be wanting to make people immortal. Oh, okay. Siri is the worst AI in the world, and I own. Listen, Siri be doing the most. Listen, me and Siri have like kind of a love-hate right now. And what's so funny though? Like when you call on Siri or whatever, right? And Siri be like, I'll be like, hold on, can I get a yes queen or something? I need a programming. I need you to be more excited when I call on you. That's all I'm saying. Talking about something. Like, what? All right. So Sam says on both. Let's see. And when you come into, I don't know, Mark. I don't know. Like, I don't even know. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I need to get my traveling schedule together because I've been kind of chilling, right? I've been kind of chilling. I ain't really done too much. There will be one in November. Okay, Holly. Yes, one in November. And of course, we will talk about the one in November coming up then. We will mention Gemini is my favorite AI. That's what's up. All right, y'all. So y'all know what time it is. Gonna go ahead and wrap this show up. So just, as we close out, just remember this. The future isn't something that's happening to us. It's something being built by us, right? And we all know that AI can do many things, but it cannot replace compassion. Like, we've had a show before talking about, some of the things that AI can do, but some things AI will not be able to replace. So, just keep that in mind. So, of course, I have an affirmation. Y'all know I love these affirmations, right? I have an affirmation for you all. Then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. All right. So affirmation, nothing stands between me and my highest good. Every door I need opens in perfect timing, under grace, and in perfect ways, y'all. All right. So y'all remember that. So thanks so much to my guest, Stephen, AI specialist and consultant, for joining me today and sprinkling my audience with some sprinkles, some jewels. I really, really appreciate you. So I look forward to having you back. Okay, so we can, continue the conversation, right? Because AI is definitely significant. So I definitely want to give a shout out to all my people in the studio. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank y'all so much for joining. Mark Lee, Music Man, I appreciate you. My mama. Look, mama, I went live this week. I was only down that 1 week. I only took a break that 1 week. So I'm back. So shout out to my mama. Thank you so much. To Lyric, the Grishams, my Aunt Anna, my viewers. I really appreciate all of y'all. I really, really, really do. Right. So let me see here. Is there anything else I want to share? Of course, there's something else I was going to share. See, y'all was going to let me forget. Right. So anyway, if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget Relationship Soup across all platforms, y'all. Do not forget. You already know. On YouTube, it's what? Relationship Soup, period. Let's get them subscribers up, y'all. Let's get it. On Facebook, it's RelationshipSoupGroup. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's RelationshipSoupLLC. I'll be talking about something sometime. I'll be talking about a little something. If you want to get some greeting cards and stuff, look, the holidays is coming. Christmas stuff is up already. We about to skip over Halloween. And we going to Christmas. Does that make y'all feel a way? When you go into these stores and you already seeing Christmas stuff and we ain't even got, the Halloween in yet. But anyway, so please make sure that you hit up the website. Again, thank you all for joining me. As always, you got to love yourself because it starts with you. It starts with you, right? You got to love yourself. So, we will be going live again really soon. And I got some Chef's Kiss stuff coming up. Listen, I'm so excited about it. So just make sure that y'all tuning in. And until we meet next time, peace.